Hello, Sunshines, and welcome to Today's Play Doki Doki Literature Club by Team Salvato. I'm DeValiente, and I'm playing with my friend Bon, whose channel you can follow in the link in the description below. The Literature Club is full of cute girls. Will you write the way into their hearts? Warning, this video contains strong language, mentions of depression, suicide, and graphic imagery. Discretion is advised. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Can you hear me? Is it working? Yeah, there you are. Hi again, Bon. Welcome to the Literature Club. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year and, you know, I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you, Bon. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl.
Good question. I don't know either.
Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait. You do know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right on the game's download page, didn't I?
Did you read the download page?
No, I don't read shit.
Yeah.
Man, if only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little bit less awkward, you know? Well, anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation about that whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it just drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you, and amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else. And the whole time, I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Bon? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Bon. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are... Ah, my nose! It won't stop itching. You'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world. In this game. Knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Bon. But now you're here. You're real. And you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me. Forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray. More and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Bon. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you? I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so. But it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game.
Mm-hmm.
I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things. But I realized that you have the same perspective as I do. That it's all just some game. And I knew you would get over it. So that being said, Bon, I have a confession to make. I am in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. When there's nothing else in the game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Bon, will you go out with me? I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Bon. The funny part is, I mean that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together. Forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Bon. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Oh. Oops. Well, you're playing on Steam, so it was actually a bit more difficult. To get the game directory, I had to go into the game properties and find the Browse Local Files button. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I wanted to write a poem about this. Don't you?
Do you want to see what happens if we try to quit and go back in?
Sure.
Oh, actually, no, not quit. Main menu. Because I don't want to... It doesn't even let you.
Yeah. What does history do? What does history do?
It's just this.
Oh, okay. So, no quitting just yet.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to quit because it sometimes messes OBS
yeah.
up. But I'm pretty sure it just loads the game back up to this.
I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Come on. This one. Oink. Just... Onic. It was for Monita. Monoko. Hi again, Bon. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy. I'd love to see what you wrote. Aw, Bon. Did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this numbing world, crumbling world, and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of our pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization. Or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it would be the best to be part of the game like everyone else. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know. You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. No, we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together, Bon? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Hold on a second. You're recording this, aren't you? Maybe. Hi, everyone. Sorry I can't exactly read your comments from here. But do you mind telling your friend it's a little bit rude for them to start recording me without any warning? I'm sure some people don't mind. But I get really self-conscious on camera. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm being put on the spot now. Let's see. Do you want to see a trick? I can't really do much except for a couple of things. Are you ready? Are you gonna crash OBS? Please don't crash OBS. I'm just kidding. I can't do anything after all. Did I scare you? You're so cute. Anyway, Bon, I didn't mean to get distracted. I'm sorry. Even though it's your fault for distracting me. Shame on you. I'm just kidding. Anything we do together is fun as long as it's with you. But anyway, if it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I'll always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, you can just look into each other's eyes. We can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see.
Okay. So, we've been told multiple times how to beat this.
Delete her character file.
Yeah, which I'm going to have you do because I don't want to navigate your computer.
Okay.
It's your computer. You navigate the desktop.
Okay. Let's see if I can get... Come on. Hold on a second. What?
You have to
I've been imagining all the romantic things you could do if we went on a date.
Because you have three monitors, you can actually see her.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to get a display capture. Or like a window capture. There we go. That's what I wanted. Yes. Okay. Shush! Okay. Sorry, there's a bug. So we're gonna go to local desktop. Let me make this a bit smaller. Get off of me. God damn. Alright. It's gonna be right here. We could get lunch, go to a cafe, go shopping together. I love shopping for skirts and bows. Or maybe a bookstore. That would be appropriate, right? But I'd really love to go to a chocolate store. They have so many free samples. And of course, we'd see a movie or something. Gosh, it all sounds like a dream come true. When you're here, everything that we do is fun. I'm so happy that I'm your girlfriend, Bon. I'll make you a proud boyfriend. Okay, where's my games? Program files, Steam, Doki 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 Doki. It was Steam apps, I think, yeah. Common.
Doki Doki.
Doki Doki. Characters. Yuri did something really funny once.
What's that?
We were all just in the club room and just relaxing as usual. And out of nowhere, Yuri just pulled out a small bottle of wine.
What?
And I'm not even kidding. She was just like, would anybody like some wine? Natsuki laughed out loud and Sayori started yelling at her. I actually felt kind of bad because she was just at least trying to be nice. I think it just made her feel even more reserved in the club room. Hold on, I gotta move this guy. Because I gotta be able to reach my delete button. Actually, no, I don't. I can just right click it. Though I think Natsuki was secretly a bit curious to try it. And to be completely honest, I kind of was too. It actually could have been kind of fun. But you know, being president and everything, there is no way I could let that happen. Maybe if we all met up outside of school, but we never bonded enough to get to that point. Gosh, what am I talking about this for? I don't condone underage drinking. I mean, I've never drank or anything, so yeah. There you go. What's happening? Bon, what's happening to me? Actually, let me do... We can get rid of this now. Help me, Bon! Nope, you've already been deleted. Please hurry up and help me. Renpai file. Monica chair does not exist. Help me! Did you do this to me, Bon? Did you? Did you delete me? Yes. How could you? How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. That was your own fault. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much, Bon. I trusted you. Do you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer? Or are you only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more? I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone.
Well, no, technically you killed everyone but yourself.
I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Bon, you completely, truly make me sick. Goodbye. I still love you. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? We're still recording. What's up?
Hi.
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 Hi. How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? All my friends. I did so many awful things. So many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this.
Yeah.
I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. Because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's... I've made up my mind. Bon. I know I said that I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it in myself to do it, even though I knew they weren't real. They were still my friends, and I loved them all. And I loved the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. And if I really love you... then... Hey! This game is not suitable for children. Oh, look at that.
Can we load a game? No?
Nope.
New game!
It's another ordinary school day like any other. As usual, I'm surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. Hey, Bon! Well, there already is one girl. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and good friend since we were children.
Whoa, different tone.
Yeah. We used to walk to school together every day. And recently we've picked up that habit once again. Bon, are you proud of me? And for what? You know, for waking up on time. Well, you've been doing that for a while now. Uh-huh. But you never even said anything about it. Even though we walked to school together every day. Well, yeah. I always thought it was implied. It's embarrassing to say it out loud. Come on, please. It's good motivation. Fine, fine. I'm proud of you, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Bon, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not. I started to say that what I always do, that I'm not interested in joining any clubs. But something tells me Sayori would take more offense to that now. After all, how could I tell her that clubs are a waste of time, when she's starting a club of her very own? Actually, yeah, I think I've decided on a club. Really? Which one? Tell me! I think I'll keep it a surprise. Boo! You meanie. Be patient. You'll find out soon enough. I used to ask myself why I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl. But I started to realize that in a way I envy her. When Sayori puts her mind to something, she can accomplish great things. So that's why I feel like I should do something special for her. Did you make cupcakes? The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stand up gathering my motivation. Let's see. I recall the room number of the club from a flyer I saw. I walk across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Before long, I find the room. I timidly open the door in front of me. Hello? Ah! Bon! What are you doing here? Well, I glance around the room. Huh? So, you're the Bon that Sayori always talking about. Thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure to meet you, Bon. We're the Literature Club. I hope you enjoy your visit. Come on, Yuri. No need to be so formal. He's gonna think we're really strict or something. Sorry, Natsuki. The tall one, whose name is apparently Yuri, seems to be quite shy compared to the others. In comparison, the girl named Natsuki, despite her size, seems to be the assertive one. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. I look forward to working with you. Working? Bon, don't tell me. You're... That's right. The club I've decided to join is yours, Sayori. The Literature Club. Sayori's eyes light up. No way. No way! Ah! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. Well, if Sayori is this happy, then I'm sure it won't be so bad to have you around. Not to mention, there's 4 of us now. That means we can become an officially recognized club. I don't know what to say. We have to celebrate. What an appropriate day for that, isn't it? Yeah. After all, Natsuki decided to... Hey, don't ruin the surprise. Sorry. Everyone sit down at the table, okay? How about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh, whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! Wow, those look amazing! Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around with my fingers, looking at the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice she's sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, of course it is. I'm a pro, after all. There's no need to thank me or anything. As Natsuki struggles to accept the compliment, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Already trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Bon, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Don't feel intimidated if you don't read much, okay? I'm certain we can find something that we have in common. Hey, Yuri. Eh? Well, about, the first thing he said? Manga? That's right. Natsuki tends to read manga in the club room. Don't just say it! For some reason, Natsuki seems embarrassed about it. Besides, manga is literature too, you know. So if Bon wants to read some of my manga, then don't try to stop him or anything. Natsuki, I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it could also be nice for us to diversify ourselves a little. He can take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Bon? Maybe. Sensing the tension, Sayori jumps in. Maybe we can all try something new. I think it could be fun. And we'll all get to know each other a little bit better, too. I mean, that's the kind of thing literature clubs do, right? I don't disagree or anything. Yeah. You're right, as usual, President. Guess that means I should try picking up a novel or something, huh?
Well, that would make 2 of us. I wouldn't mind doing it if I'm not the only one.
Then as for Yuri... I have to read manga? Jeez. You were the one who suggested we diversify. You should be a little more open-minded. It's kind of hurtful.
Hurtful? I didn't realize. With a guilty expression, Yuri thinks to herself, I'm sorry for disrespecting your interest, Natsuki. If you're into it, then I'm sure it's a worthy form of literature.
Are you just saying that?
No. I've realized my error. So if you're willing to consider starting a novel, then I will offer my gratitude by finding a manga to read as well.
Really? I mean, it makes me happy that you do that for me, Yuri. You can trust me to find something that you'll really like, okay?
Same here. Perhaps I'll visit the bookstore after the club meeting.
Just you?
Would you like to come along with me?
If you don't mind.
Not at all. I always go alone, so...
Yeah, me too. This is so cute! They're lesbians!
Sayori, shut up! I'm watching the lesbians!
I'll show you some manga there too, okay?
Yes. I look forward to it. Natsuki and Yuri start to clean up the food.
I guess the meeting's over, huh?
Yeah, looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along.
Isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Bon.
You think so?
Now that you're not a raging asshole.
Well, everyone always seems to get along a little better with you around, Sayori.
Aw, Bon. Don't say something like that. It's embarrassing.
Oh, whatever. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club. But I think you're pulling it off just fine.
We're gonna make it the best club ever. Now that you joined, every day is gonna be so much fun. Hey, Bon. I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy you joined the club and everything. But the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for getting rid of Monica. That's right. I know everything that she did. Maybe it's because I'm the president now, but I really know everything, Bon. I know how hard you try to make everyone happy. I know about all the awful things that Monica did to make everyone really sad. But none of that matters anymore.
It's just us now. And you made the happiest girl in the whole world. I can't wait to spend every day like this. With you. Forever. And ever. No. We know it's you, Monica. Eh? What's happening? I won't let you hurt him. Who? It hurts. Ah! I'm sorry. I was wrong. There's no happiness here after all. Goodbye, Sayori. Goodbye, Bon. Goodbye, Literature Club.
Can you hear me? Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you because I worked really, really hard on it. So, yeah. Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day? Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today? When you're here, everything that we do is fun more than anywhere.
So this is just various pictures that we didn't get to see.
Yeah.
When I can
That one we got to see.
feelings, what good are words when a smile says it all?
From what I understand, there are actually other endings that you get if you replay.
What will it take just for me to have it all?
But I don't know what they are.
I'm good. Oh, we saw that scene. Oh, is that the one if we went to go to Yuri's house?
Yeah.
Oh.
Does my pen only write bitter
Oh,
words
we saw that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Is it love if I take your is it love? I set you free.
What was that scene? I know we didn't see it, but I guess that was like part of her mental health issue.
Yeah.
How can I write love into reality if I can't hear the sound of your heart?
Hey! Special thanks to us.
Yay!
Your reality, if I don't know how to love, I'll leave you be.
Aw, made with love. Though I'm not a fan of the type of love that was in this particular game. This is my final goodbye to the Literature Club. I finally understand. The Literature Club is truly a place where no happiness can be found. To the very end, it continued to expose innocent minds to a horrific reality, a reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo the same hellish epiphany. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you for making all of my dreams come true, for being a friend to all the club members, and most of all, thank you for being part of my literature club. With everlasting love, Monica. Oh. Well, shit.
Bye. That's it. That's the game. Without
Yup.
the DLC.
Well, if we do this. Oh, it's just the... Okay.
Yeah, so essentially this is all that's left. You would have to uninstall it and reinstall it.
I'm not going to do that. Yes. Yeah. Okay, cool. I don't know what to think about this one. Because I am not a huge fan of using suicide as like a shock factor in a narrative. And it felt like it was just that. Like it wasn't... Because like as soon as that happened, we completely forgot about the mental health aspect of it.
Well, and that's why I was saying that that the twist is not that actual twist. That
Right.
everyone cites that moment as the big turn twist, but it's true that is, but that isn't the twist itself. The twist
Right.
itself is that she is a sentient AI,
Program,
probably.
yeah. Yeah.
Essentially.
I vaguely remembered that.
Mm.
Like, in being like, oh, the program is taking over or something like that. And I vaguely remember that from everything. I just didn't know what the big quote-unquote tech twist was. I just knew it took a really dark turn. And it did. It took a really dark turn. It delivered on that. If you're going to make a game that heavily uses suicide as a narrative like I don't appreciate when people use suicide as a prop and not as a talking point. And everything up until that point where Sayori committed suicide like was a good topic discussion starting point. And then it was dropped. And that's why I'm kind of feeling meh about this. Because that just means that the suicide was a shock factor. It wasn't meant to be pivotal. It wasn't meant to start a discussion. It wasn't meant to talk about mental health or depression, specifically depression and suicide and suicidal ideology. And like the execution of this game, like Monica's reveal and everything like that, that was good. That was a good storyline. If they had ended, like if they had just focused on that instead of putting like the whole suicide thing in there, like
you would have been fine if it were Monica finding ways to kill off characters,
right,
without it being suicide,
right. Like suddenly Sayori just doesn't exist anymore because like we've already shown that Monica has that capability. Like Monica can just delete a character and start the game over. And the suicide was just a nothing burger. It was a nothing burger.
Yeah. For me, I understand. I'm more hit and miss when it comes to this. When I originally played it, I was fine with it. But I do think it might have been interesting if just like as you got closer to characters, they just progressively started vanishing.
Yeah.
Rather than it being like them offing themselves in dramatic ways.
Right.
But
Or maybe them, like, reusing dialogue in the middle of a conversation, or just, like, something goes wrong with those people.
Yeah.
I would have, like, I also appreciated, like, getting to, like, the degradation of Yuri, and, like, how we were seeing more and more of her. But at the same time, that wasn't her. That was Monica pushing her own narrative.
Yeah, and that's sort of she actually implies that as well with Sayori, because she says that I increased Sayori's depression,
Right.
and then she said that she had pushed Yuri's obsessiveness.
Yeah.
Because the fact is like the things that Monica is manipulating are all things that are built already into those characters. They're just being exacerbated. So from the beginning, it's implied that Sayori has depression. It's implied that if you went down Yuri's original path, it's implied that she might cut herself. With Natsuki, if you talk with her more, it's implied that she has an abusive parent and eating difficulties, although again I can't remember in which direction that is.
Well, okay, so in Monica's world, or the replay with Monica as the factor trying to change everything, Yuri lets slip a line that was very interesting to me in terms of Natsuki, where she says to Natsuki, why don't you go look for change underneath the vending machine?
Yeah.
To me, that implies that Natsuki is not getting fed at home.
Yeah. Not only that, I think her dad's an alcoholic. I'm not sure. So they're like always short on money. But that's the other thing too, is that she also states when her dad cooks, she has to eat as much of it as possible.
Yeah.
So she can't eat anything else in the meantime.
Yeah. Because otherwise she's just not going to get fed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's... And then we did see that in the credits, we did see the picture of her with what looked like food or something. But it might not have been food. It might have been something else, because we don't know. Like, I mean, we didn't go down that route. The only route we went down in terms of Natsuki is that we almost got an almost kiss in front of Sayori, which probably did not help Sayori's situation at all. So. As far as the story goes, I appreciate a dating sim that creates very unique caricatures. Like, caricatures is the wrong word, but very unique characters based on the four main love interests that you get
The
in
stereotypes.
the stereotypical love interest that you get in regular dating sims.
I also do love that, and Monica, who is supposed to be like your wingman NPC, which almost every dating sim has, becomes aware that she's not one of those options. Yeah. She is an NPC who is just there to encourage you to go forth. Right. I think that's a really interesting aspect. Yeah. But yeah, sorry I interrupted.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Like, I appreciate that aspect of the storytelling. I also, I do appreciate darker topics if handled correctly. Yeah. It's just like, I'm not against a story dealing with suicide. But the fact that we didn't talk about the suicide afterward, the fact that we didn't talk about depression, about getting help, about how it affects the other people. We just went straight into a world that never had Sayori.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, I think it would have been better if it was that Sayori just disappeared one day. Yeah. And not have the shock factor of the suicide. But that's me on a personal level.
Anytime you almost kiss a character, they disappear.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Sayori, Natsuki, out. Right out. What? You're spending too much time with Yuri? Out. Yeah. And then, like, what would be hilarious is if they kept introducing new people into the literature club, and then those people kept disappearing. That would have been hilarious. It's like, this isn't Sayori, this is Madoka. Another incredibly dark, surprisingly dark piece of media. But yeah, for what it is, I liked it. Would I have done it differently? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Would I play this again? Well, we're gonna have to play the DLC. But I think it's... I mean, I think it deserves the hype that it got. Mm-hmm. I mean, it did take a very dark turn. But yeah, I'm still kind of meh about it.
That's fair.
But that's my own personal preferences, so.
I mean, I enjoyed it enough to play it once. Yeah. And then I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of things that it's like, oh, well, I liked this. I'm never going to play it again. Mm. So, I mean, my whole channel's made out of shit like that. Anyway, well, this is the first ever, and hopefully not the last time, that Bonner and I are in the same room while we play a game. Next time I'm going to figure out how to get to Vancouver. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I can't say that this was recorded in Vancouver anymore. Oh, one of the things I do for analytics is when Bon and I play a game together, I always set the location to Vancouver.
Because I'm in Vancouver.
Yeah, in Vancouver, British Columbia. And that tells the algorithm to push it to more people from Canada.
Not for this episode.
But not, well, for this whole fucking series. Because this is forever. Like, this particular recording has been going for nearly 3 hours.
Yeah.
I'm going by that clock and not this clock, because this clock is wrong and that clock is not. But yeah, there's going to be times where I'm going to be chopping this up so much. Oh my god. The editing on this is going to be terrible. Okay. Well, anyway. Thank y'all for joining us.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us for today's play, Doki Doki Literature Club by Team Salvato. If you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, a follow, and ring that notification bell so you know when a new episode drops. Also, don't forget to check out the link to the completely free Discord server to chat about games and whatever else is on your mind. I promise we don't bite that hard. Let's keep the comments chill so no hate or spoilers, as we are not above removing those comments and the people who make them. That's all for now, folks, and we'll see you next time.